Hey guys, I'm gamesthatmakeUcrazy. For today's video, we're playing The Monster Inside. Now, I don't really know much about this game. It was actually a popular suggestion on Steam to me. Oh, sorry, I'm a little bit burpy. I went on Steam trying to find some games that I could play and record and all that, and it just popped up a little message saying, "Hey, The Monster Inside, you might like it. You played games like this, you might like it." I was like, okay, I'll play it. So I don't know anything about this game. It costs money on Steam, I think. Or is it free to play? I can't remember. I'll leave a link down in the description below if you guys want to actually go and play it. But let's see what it's about. The Monster Inside. An audio-visual novel. Okay then, thank you. My head pounded. Ears still ringing. Slightly. Ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I'd had in years. Left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw. But just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. Oh, the art style is really good. There was another notice on the door from Mayor Vinetta's office. Permits out of date. They don't like me much. And we're trying to drown me in paperwork. My throat right now, sorry guys, is kind of croaky. Oh, what happened to the audio? I did not make the audio stop. Again, my throat's a little bit croaky, so I'm gonna give him one of these deep voices. So, it was a slow week since I'd had any real case to work on. So I'd pass the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bedsheet. Is this it? Is this a person hiding, waiting to kill me? I don't dare look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see. Afraid someday I might have to face what I really am. The girl came in so quiet, I nearly choked on my cigarette. Cigarette. I thought I was going to be smoking a cigar. Go. Mister, please. You gotta help me, mister. Calm down, now sit down and talk slowly. Yeah? What can I help you with? You ever heard of knocking first? Okay, thanks. It's just, no one will listen to me. Just tell me your tale, I'm listening. She eyed me with just a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a handful of pills and chased them down with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress, the man all over the newspapers. The infamous banker, Mr. Reginald Farnsworth from Family Guy? Farnsworth. Oh, sorry guys. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk. Sorry guys, my headphones. Pandering bastard. But this girl seemed generally concerned that he had recently gone missing. My eye hurts, I don't know why. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. Ooh. You don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him, and no one believes me. He's got to be in trouble. I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger? Case looks pretty simple to me. Yeah, this one. Well, Mr. Jack. You can call me Jack. Jack, whoever did that to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would have never left without me. He promised me. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. Please, the cops won't listen to me. And they want to bring him in on charges. You gotta prove it wasn't him before they find him. Honestly, I doubt they are in too much of a hurry. Farnsworth had particularly the entire police force in his deep pockets. Probably why they haven't found much yet. I need more water, but you know what? It's fine. Doing this voice will probably like make me die, but you know what? If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. You got my curiosity, but you might not like what I find. Or, I can help you. We'll get it to the bottom of this. Don't you worry now. This one. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you, but please be careful. I don't think this was just any murder or kidnapping or kidnapper. I think it was a beast. Okay then. Beast? The word struck me funny. Like when you jar your elbow on a hard corner. Oh, yeah, I hate that. Especially when you like hit it like really, really hard and you're just like, oh. Not a word many use these days, except in hushed whispers and bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were real enough, alright. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges. But I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years. But back when I was still a cop myself. Well, that's definitely an interesting theory. I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of this, don't worry now. Leave the detective work to me. Let's not jump to any conclusions here. What are we gonna choose? This one. I just have a feeling about it. Something tells me you can get to the bottom of it, right? You're good at this sort of thing. Sure, can't you see how busy I am with cases? I replied a little bit too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. So what did you actually say? Like, oh, yeah, totally. Can't you see all these cases I have? Just a little thing. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked out something in my eye and call me if she saw anything suspicious. I didn't know if she was in any danger herself. But better be safe than sorry. And better be sorry than safe. That was a terrible joke. That night I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot. But maybe there was something there the cops had missed. Like their donuts and all that. Next chapter. Chapter 1 complete. I got an achievement for completing chapter 1. Alright. Sorry guys, I need to just take a little swig from my bottle. Ah, that's good whiskey. I mean H2O. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I've got a knack for finding things others overlook. Oh, that's cool. Oh, they just left the drawing of the body there, okay. A knack more of a symptom. A knack more of a symptom of a condition. Other less useful symptoms I keep in check, but for the time being, my keen sense of smell would come in handy. Why? It smells bad? It was a feint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. The scent was less of a thing and more of an emotion. Seduction. A strangely familiar smell. I accepted the scent of trepidation, or maybe even outright fear. But Mrs. Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when she left the world. Brought new meaning to a crime of passion. Pushing the thought from my mind, it was time to get down to business. Investigate the scene. What? Oh, it's an interactive game. Ooh. Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. But cops don't wear $2,000 pair of Carquinos. $2,000 pair of TMs and Nikes. It looked like Miss Farnsworth was there that night and walked. Mr. Farnsworth was there that night and walked away on his own 2 feet. Investigate the scene. A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my fingers along its length and felt a chill down my spine. Ugh. This wasn't just any burn mark. This was a mark of an ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Could Lily have been right? Something unnatural was at play here. But I was no stranger to the strange. After looking around for a while longer, I realized the park had given up. All it was hiding from me. So I trotted back to my apartment, and my head hit the pillow like it owned me money. Like it owed me money. Next chapter. That was chapter 2. Wow, we're going through chapters like this. The next morning, I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares, but I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. You better brought me a coffee, Lily, I swear to God. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. I motioned for her to step in. Get in! Step in. Seemingly afraid of what I might say, she finally worked up the courage to ask. So, what did you find? Well, I've got some good news. Farnsworth might still be alive. Not sure about beasts, but something unnatural to play. Might be right to worry about monsters. Found a spell. Yeah, let's just say this one. Sorry guys, my throat. I probably shouldn't have given her false hope like that. But she seemed like she needed something to hold on to right then. She didn't need to know about the marks on the tree. How do you know that? Where is he? Found his footprints. Found his footprints. Seemed like he got out safely. There was a sign he was seen as. My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned and grabbed a bottle from my desk drawer, and a dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. Yeah, I know how you feel, buddy. I only have a little bit more whiskey. I mean water, not whiskey. I only have a little bit more water left, and I'm running dry. No whiskey. Sorry, guys. HO. But you don't know where he went. Do you think the news this morning is relative? What news is that? Haven't you heard that the bird is the word? Family Guy reference, if any of you guys watch Family Guy. Yeah, but maybe you should tell me what you know. Nope. Rough night, followed by a rough morning. They found the police chief's wife dead down by the docks. They say it happened last night. Let me guess. Chief Amento is missing too? My face might have betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicions, but it faded quickly. Amento was a shit cop and a shit chief. My ear is itchy, I don't know why. Go away. Guys, both ears. What are you doing, ears? He was half the reason I left the force. But now his wife dead, and I had more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the spinning pain at my temples. I went from by the spitting pain at my temples. I told Lily I needed time to work, and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. That night, after the cops had cleared out of the docks, I would slip down and see what I could uncover concerning Miss Amento's untimely demise. Next chapter. Damn, chapter 3. I don't know how many chapters in this thing. Don't know. How long have I been recording for? That's a pretty good time. Let's keep going. The cold air smelled strongly of salt and oil and whiskey. Sorry, that's just me. And could it be? That smell again. Like someone had bottled pure arousal and used it as perfume. It hit me like a long forgotten memory. But the sensual fumes soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what the scent reminded me of. And that scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my hands, shaking, the nightmares of headaches. Oh my god, they're shaking so much. No, I was better now, reformed. I had to focus, no jumping to conclusions, follow the evidence, investigate the scene. That's some weird water, it's not even moving, and it looks like it's cut in half. There, just there, the smallest piece of purple fabric torn and caught in the splintering of the board. The police report didn't say anything about Miss Amento wearing purple, and it was certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple threads, chains, red Phoenix cigars. I know it says cigarettes, but I'm saying cigars because it sounds so much better. Same shitty brand I smoke every day. Everyone's got their vice. I pulled out my own pack of Reddies and lit up. I could already feel another headache coming on, but looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. Okay, the cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. Next chapter. I honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered on my clothes. Crap, I'm out of whiskey. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept through the entire night? Entire day? A newspaper was sitting under the door. As I stood up to fetch it, I nearly fell over. A wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. Also a brick that came through my window and hit me in the back of the head, but you know, that doesn't matter. I steadied myself as I regained my composure before I even picked up the paper. I could already read the headline. Breaking, Mayor missing, wife found dead. 2 cases in a is it a coincidence? 3 is a pattern. The cops would come asking questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all the victims. I stumbled on to my desk and slammed back 3 days worth of inhibition pills. I couldn't take any more chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the other side.
Jack, where are you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day.
I'm sorry, Lily, but I don't have time to talk. I've just been busy. I'm off to Vietta's crime scene.
Okay, but we need to talk about when you get back. Stay safe. Stay crazy.
No, we're not ending the episode. Sorry I said that. I'm sorry. She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it would be okay, but it would be a lie. Next chapter. That was a pretty quick chapter. Ooh, the music here is good. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartments where Mayor Vinetti and his wife lived. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash and evidence. Investigate the scene. Let's investigate the trash then. Why wouldn't they at least look through the dumpster? It seemed untouched. No one wants to do the dirty work. Okay. But I know how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what you're looking for. Lightweight bags usually mean someone was dumping documents. If you were lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot. Hey, that's also my name. Jack. Jackpot. Not me. That's not my name. My name's Crazy. That's the guy in the name. That's the guy. Characters in the game. Are you paying attention? You should be. Shell companies, shady stock trades, bribes. I knew Mayor Vinetti was crooked, but this was unbelievable. Well, most mayors are crooked. Actually, no, some of them. And there was more. Letters between Mayor Vinetti and Chief Amento talking about me. How they were trying to get me shut down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this one. 'Cause they're dead. Oh, Kado. Yeah, sweet. Vinetti's car. If he's still alive, why wouldn't he had left in his car? It didn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him. The stakes were too high, and my bet was edging towards the unthinkable. As I searched around for anything that might assert or whatever my fears, I caught the scent again. Whiskey. How I love it. It overwhelmed my other senses with undelighting pleasure. It was intoxicating. A weapon used on the weak-willed. A weapon I knew all too well. Though it had been many years since I had used it. Was there another like me? Was I being framed? It wasn't possible, was it? I was taking my inhibitors. I was reformed. But the nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapse. I couldn't even trust myself. I started walking back out the alley when something shiny caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch though. A Gucci watch. When did they start making those? I want one. My watch. Oh, totally different, sorry. How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I just dropped it when I first came down the alley. I checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used the wall clock? I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. Next chapter. I don't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would probably show up any minute now. Oh, my back. Oh, my back. To knock the door down and cart me away. They would put it together before long. Maybe it would be the best for everyone if I simply faced my own reflection. But Lily was still there, waiting for me.
Jack, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
My own ghost come back to haunt me from the past.
You're not making any sense, Jack. Come, sit down.
You don't understand. You're not safe around me. I took a good last look at her. I prepared to shove her out the door. I noticed she was wearing the same thing she had when she first came to my office 3 days ago. A beautiful purple dress. Is she the murderer? No. Wait, is she the murderer? Did she murder all those people? Ooh. Or she was just at the scene, that one scene. Odd. That I hadn't really noticed that before. But it made her seem out of place, out of time. And it was frayed around the edges, torn in places. Oh. My chair caught my fall as my knees failed me. It was you! You're the monster! Succubus! Succubus! Or something like that.
Oh, Jack. We are one and the same. You and I were both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Beasts like us should never suppress our true nature as you have, Incubus.
Those men were probably dead too now, I figured. She probably took them to her lair and harvested their seed. Okay. So you've done all this just to wake me up.
You could say that, though it seemed enough just to have you doubt yourself. You believed you were still capable of such horrors, which means deep down you probably are. You can't escape it. Now I just need you to complete the deed.
You took my watch, messed with my head.
Oh, don't act like I didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you and wanted you gone. And now they are gone.
I mustered up the strength to stand up again, moving casually to the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak, compared to her. If I refused her and she attacked me, I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. I've never met a succubus who seduces and kills women.
Oh please, such a 14th century stereotype. I didn't discriminate when it comes to my pleasure of the flesh. But I do need an incubus like yourself to take the tainted seed I've harvested from those awful men and plant it among the fertile masses for me. I'm tired of draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family.
That maniacal laughter. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. With a quick flick of my wrist, I whipped the old bedsheet off the corner mirror. Lily was blinded by her own reflection, sucked into the mirror with a painful monstrous scream. Trapped. Ah! Shielding my own eyes, I pulled a revolver from my desk side drawer, aimed it at the mirror.
and fired.
Oh, that's it. That was good. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. That's it. That was a good game. That was really good. Just the art style. And just the story was so good. I'd never expected her to be the actual, like, the murderer. Damn, monsters. Keep them out, damn. Lock your doors. Try to keep all the monsters out. I'll leave a link down in the description below if you guys want to see the play this game yourself. Leave a comment down below in the comments of what you thought about this game, what you thought about me playing it. And also, leave a comment down below of what you think I should play next. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Stay crazy.